Liverpool are willing to walk away from a move for Alexander Isak after Newcastle United rejected the opening offer. This has been building for a while, guys, and we made an offer. We made an actual bid. We put an offer on the table to Newcastle, and that was for 110 million. But it's 40 million shy of what Newcastle wanted. It's almost a third less of what Newcastle said they needed to have in order to even consider an offer. Newcastle want 150 million. That's what they want. They don't want any less. They say 150 million and then we'll talk. And they may still even put difficult terms on the table, such as all up front. And we know that deals usually are broken up into a certain amount that's up front and a certain amount that is paid as add-ons, performance related, appearances related. But Newcastle said 150 million minimum for us to talk. And Liverpool went in at 110 million. Now, however you value Alexander Isak in today's market, remember how much Liverpool have already spent on players. And also remember what we spent on Wirtz. Do you value Alexander Isak at 40 or so million more than Florian Wirtz? It's tough to tell, isn't it? Because Isak is Prem proven, Florian Wirtz isn't. You would expect if Florian Wirtz is tearing up the Bundesliga, he'll bring his quality to the Prem and he'll tear the Prem up as well. At least we hope so as Liverpool fans. But there is a transition to be made. At least with Alexander Isak, you have some of the risk off the table. You have some other risks that are on the table, which is he does pick up a few injuries every now and then. So the question overall is, do you value Alexander Isak at 150 million? Are Newcastle right to stick to their guns on that? Was Liverpool's lowball offer of 110 million insulting? Was it testing the waters? Let's see if we can find out a bit more from this article. The 25-year-old was left out of the Newcastle squad for their pre-season tour with a minor thigh injury, according to the club, Newcastle, while he wants to explore a move away. And Isak trained alone at former club Real Sociedad. It means a few things, and I think we have to take that serious. I think that's very, very serious. Training at a completely different club's training ground, not at Newcastle HQ. Now you could say, okay, a lot of the staff are with Newcastle on their friendlies, pre-season tours, and so on. No. When you're Newcastle, you can afford to pay for more training staff just for Alexander Isak, just to make him feel completely wanted and appreciated. So to me, the fact that he's training alone away from Newcastle suggests a bit of a rift between Alexander Isak and Newcastle. Behind the scenes, is Isak actually really pushing for a move away? Well, we're going to talk about how Newcastle are angry about Liverpool in a moment. BBC Sport reported in July how Liverpool were considering a deal for Isak worth up to 130 million. So they went in at 110 million first. I've read in a few different places, but none that are overly credible, that Liverpool aren't intending to make any further bids, that they think there's no way of getting Isak now in before the end of the transfer window, and it might have to wait until next season when there's less time on his contract. But then, of course, there'll be more clubs potentially fighting for Isak's signature. All sorts of things can happen. He can then recommit his future to Newcastle with a new contract there. Everything is possible. Now is the window of opportunity. But if Liverpool just do not have the funds or do not want to put aside the funds to be able to reach Newcastle's minimum expectation of 150 million, then they might just have to let it go. We did just bring in Hugo Ekitike. I mean, you could say that 110 to 150 million range of cash could be better spent on bringing in several centre-backs to give us a bit more depth. Because if a big injury happened to Van Dijk or Konate, we are stuffed. We are in a lot of trouble there. So we don't want that to happen, do we? And the echo here, Newcastle United are angry. Newcastle are understood to be angry at being forced to play a waiting game over Alexander Isak as Liverpool continue to ponder a bid for the striker. This was before the news today broke of Liverpool actually making that bid, of which Newcastle dismiss out of hand. We're not even going to look at that piece of paper. 110, nah, go away. Bye-bye. So why are they angry that they've been forced to wait and wait and wait for that bid to come in if they're going to dismiss it immediately anyway. Or if they're angry at being forced to wait and then they get what they think is a disrespectful lowballing offer, it might be even more angry. And I don't think clubs work that way. You know, they are such big, massive, mega rich businesses, and they're full of very cutthroat, rational business people that only care about numbers and profit and loss. So I don't think emotion falls into it that much. So I'm not sure where they're getting the angry bit is. But if they are angry, if there is a little bit of disdain there, that's not going to help any future negotiations between Liverpool and Newcastle surrounding Alexander Isak. Despite their discontent at the situation, Newcastle are seemingly preparing for life after Isak with a pursuit of RB Leipzig forward Benjamin Sesko. It could be that Sesko has been brought in to be Isak's replacement, or it could just be he's been brought in to be a backup striker or a competing striker. You know, last season they had Callum Wilson. They don't have Callum Wilson now. So is Sesko just coming in to beef up the numbers? You need two good players for every position, really, don't you? And so I'm leaning more towards that being the reason. They're also keen on Brentford's Yohan Wissa. I really like him. I wouldn't mind if we brought him in, to be honest. The Daily Star have a similar headline: Newcastle rage at Liverpool. Should I put that in my title? Bit of emotional draw. Newcastle rage at Liverpool as Alexander Isak trains at old club in transfer war. The player has yet to make an appearance for Newcastle during pre-season due to a minor thigh issue. I'm not buying that. Because he's training. If he's fit to train, he's fit to play 20 minutes on a pre-season friendly. According to reports in the Chronicle in the Northeast, Newcastle bosses are growing increasingly irritated by the ongoing speculation about Liverpool's interest in Isak without any official offer being tabled. Well, we now have made that offer. Has that made them even more angry considering it's a low-balled offer? And Florian Plettenberg, we all know about him now. A few weeks ago, I'd never heard of the guy, and suddenly he's everywhere. He is a Bundesliga football reporter, journalist, breaking a lot of transfer rumours at the moment. Newcastle have rejected an official offer from Liverpool for Isak as per The Athletic. However, Isak still wants to join Liverpool FC. Verbal agreement on personal terms until 2031, a 6-year contract, has been reached, as revealed and confirmed. Confirmed with who? Isak's agent, Liverpool? I'm going to believe it for now. Believe that's the case. It's been confirmed. So Liverpool and Isak have agreed personal terms. And then an offer was submitted to Newcastle for 110. Liverpool being cheeky. They're like, we know Isak wants to come with us. We know there's a rift between Isak and yourselves, Newcastle. We know it's going to be tough to rebuild that. You're feeling like you need to just let him go and reinvest those funds into players that really want to be at Newcastle and can take you forward. Take 110 million. Take it. Come on, here's 110 million. Take it. Really quick deal. But Newcastle like, nah. Nearly 30% below 150. Are you mad? No, it has to be closer to 150 for us to even consider it. Or maybe even 150. But I believed a bit about Liverpool maybe going in at 130 next. And saying, okay, we were trying it, 130, let's talk. Newcastle might still say, no, thank you, 150 million or else. In which case, can Liverpool really go up to 150 million and justify it? Well, we're going to do a video tomorrow about our profit loss, and actually, we probably could go to 150 million. But is that wise? Is that good value for a player like Isak that does pick up injuries? And he does score 20 plus goals a season. I think the story will run on. When is the end of the transfer window? For some reason, I can't remember it right now. Have we got a week? 2 weeks? 3? No, just let me know in the comments if you know. And let me know what you think. Do you think we're getting him or not? Here's my personal take. I'm more anxious about our defence, our centre-back pairing. One big injury to Van Dijk or Konate and we're in trouble. We need to bring in 2 centre-backs. 2 high-quality centre-backs, in my opinion, to be safe. I also wouldn't mind another number 6. I know we have Endo. We lost out on Zubimendi, right? We didn't bring him in. We used Gravenberch. Gravenberch turned out brilliant. Zubimendi's now gone to Arsenal. Why couldn't we go in for Zubimendi again? We didn't. Or maybe we did, but he only wanted Arsenal. Someone of that calibre to be brought in to give Gravenberch a bit of competition. to really shore us up at the base of that midfield would be good as well. Left wing, Cody Gakpo, Ekitike can play there. Florian Wirtz can play there. And Ngamo, woohoo! He's fast becoming one of my favourite players in the team. I just love his style of play. I'm missing it. I want him to bring that old school left winger, dribble up to the byline, cut inside, cause havoc. That's what I want. I want to see him in the team more. All right, we've got a competition to wrap up before we go. Throughout the whole of July, all you had to do was comment Egyptian King on any video uploaded in July for a chance to win this trading card. It is a Futera unique Mo Salah card. Only 19 of these exist in the world, and we have number 19 of 19, and that's going out to one of you. So I'm about to spin this wheel and we'll see who the winner is. Oh my God, here we go. Good luck. And the winner is... Oh, nice one, nice one. All right, in the description, I'm going to put details of how you can claim your prize. I'll send it straight to your door, track delivery. Well done. Well done for getting this card. I hope you enjoy it. And let me know your comments. Give this video a subscribe for daily Liverpool videos, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.